guys, and welcome back to Morgs Menu. So today I'm going to be doing a video that's going to be kind of a part of a group of videos that I'll be eventually posting on my channel. So as you know, I do a lot of Pinterest recipes, and I'm always seeing like copycat type recipes where people take signature dishes from restaurants or different places where you buy food, and then they try and replicate them so that you can make them homemade. And I wanted to test some of those recipes out. So today will be one of those recipes. We're going to be doing the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme. This is something that Mitch and I always get when we go to Taco Bell, so I really want to see if I could recreate it, not only for the taste, but also because it's kind of that pretty cool folded shape, and I wanted to see if I was able to do that and replicate that kind of just with your normal ingredients at home. So if you're interested in seeing how that turns out, keep on watching. Here is everything that we will need for these Crunchwrap Supremes. So of course, on the left there we have our Mission carb balanced tortillas. I think I've showed these before. You just want to make sure you have a pretty large size, kind of that burrito-size tortilla as you'll be folding this. So we of course have all our spices. So we have some onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, lots of powder, salt, pepper, and paprika. If you don't have all of these spices, you can of course get the taco seasoning, little packets at the store. That will work just fine. And then we have a tomato, kind of a small tomato will work, some sour cream or Greek yogurt, ground beef, cheese, nacho cheese dip, some tortilla chips, lettuce, and shredded Mexican blend cheese. Now for this, I use tortilla chips rather than a tostada that's what's normally used in there. That's just because that's what I had, and I figured it would be easier to kind of manipulate those more so I don't rip everything when I'm trying to fold the tortillas later. So first we're gonna prep our veggies. So we're just gonna quickly slice up some romaine lettuce, and then we're going to go ahead and dice up a small tomato. Now, because this was a Roma tomato, I kind of squeezed out some of the seeds and juice on the side just so it didn't make the crunch wraps runny or anything, but I went ahead and just did that and then diced them up nice and small. So now at our pan at medium heat, we're just going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil and then about 2/3 pound of ground beef. I didn't use a full pound here, I just didn't think we'd need it for this recipe since I was only making enough for 2 people. And then of course in the cooking process we want to add in all of our spices to the ground beef. And you want to just keep cooking this until it gets nice and brown and cooked all the way through. Alright, and there you can see my nice reflection there in the microwave, but we're basically just going to microwave each tortilla to make it a little bit warm, so make it a little bit easier to work with. So just throw that in there for about 10 seconds. So now it's time to get them all prepared. So I basically started with our heated up tortilla and a little bit of nacho cheese, about a tablespoon, and then I took a quarter of the ground beef and layered that on top. Then you're gonna go ahead and get your tortilla chip or your tostada layer and put that down. I used about 3 to 4 tortilla chips and kind of just broke them up. Make sure I didn't have any pointy edges or anything like that. Then you're gonna throw down your sour cream or your Greek yogurt and just kind of get that all spread across that layer. Then you're gonna throw down your lettuce, tomato, and cheese on top. And now it's time to begin folding them. So you're basically going to start by folding in the edge and just continuously kind of folding it over. As you can see on this one, I didn't do the best of job and kind of just had to start over by the end, but you'll eventually get the hang of it once you try it. It's not too difficult once you kind of understand how it all works, but then of course you'll do something like that and make a hole in it. But I figured I'd just move on, put it to the side, kind of seam side down, and start by making the other one. So you're going to just repeat the step with the microwave and everything, repeat all the layers and just keep going. I went ahead and prepared all 4 before I started cooking them, so I just set them on the side on a
pan or baking sheets seam side down while I was waiting to finish prepping everything. So now it's time to cook them up. So we're just gonna throw down some cooking spray on a pan at medium heat and then throw 2 of the Supremes seam side down. I kind of took them and pressed down with a spatula to make sure everything was really seaming together and making sure I didn't lose any of the ingredients on the bottom of the pan while they were cooking. I cooked them about 6 to 8 minutes on each side and then flipped them over, of course flipping very carefully so you don't miss anything. But even with this one that was like all messed up and torn, the ingredients didn't come out, so overall it was pretty successful. Once they're done, just go ahead and repeat that on your other 2 Crunchwrap Supremes. As you can see, even with this one where the kind of ingredients started to come out the top a little bit, it still held together pretty well, so overall it was fine. And here's how they turned out. Now obviously this isn't the most healthy meal that you can eat, but each Crunchwrap was about 365 calories with a decent amount of protein, so you could just have 1 with a nice side or 2 with just some vegetables and it really wouldn't be that bad of a meal.
Alright guys, so overall I think that was a pretty successful recipe. It tasted exactly like the Crunchwrap Supreme. I really didn't notice any difference. If anything, it was just a little less greasy, which is probably a good thing. I mean, obviously kind of 2 of them turned out really pretty and 2 of them kind of had some weird looking things, but I mean, for me, it's food, you're gonna eat it. If I had 1 or 2 to show in the video to make it look nice, that's all you really needed. I'm sure it's something where if I did this again, it would be easier to do, so it could be just a normal recipe that we do. Like I mentioned, it wasn't like the healthiest option, but it really wasn't that bad, and you could throw it with some rice or some vegetables or something and really make it into a meal that wouldn't be that terrible when you're craving kind of something terrible. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any recipes for copycat recipes or anything that you want me to test out, leave those in comments down below. If you're new here and haven't yet subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of my videos, and ring the notification bell so that you are notified when those videos go up. I'll be uploading on Wednesdays and Sundays as usual. So again, thanks for watching Morgs Menu and hope you have a great day. Bye.